Be something longer range. And it's going to be the Poppy going towards top side and Viego going towards the jungle. So it's less about the level 3 power spike ruining the map from NIP in the jungle. It's more about Viego being able to have some of more of that reset potential, and Invincible more surviving the Jax matchup and trying to, you know, outplay the leap strike with the steadfast presence. And it is going to be push. Invincible's left alone on the top side, so Jungler's looking for different angles here.
Oh, bot lane's going the way of NIP, though, as the back is coming through from Tarzan on the other side. There is no response. Maybe there actually was. Oh my goodness, he fell for the bait. And it's a trade back and forth, but NIP are the ones that get first blood. Presence will be able to just fine. But this is also where LNG's composition starts being able to scrap back a little bit. And with the Glacial Prison available and Shadow's non-tankiness, he's going to Heartbreaker out, should get the distance, but he has left Invincible, and the Leap Strike gets sick of the kill. Big stuff for LNG early on in this top lane.
Well, gets Viego out. Invincible's just been in the wrong place at the wrong time, though. Overpushed. Not able to escape from that. Now Shadow
this
has
is
no
the
ult.
problem now. LNG are feeling confident, and they want to keep going. The double depth charge there, and Shadow's getting oh so low. You got Scout coming to finish him off. Can he do it? Angel is there to get the double pop blossom, but Scout gets the kill on a Shadow. They get one back as Tarzan has fallen, but Scout is the big deal right now, and he gets a second one for himself. Here comes Gala to join the fight. Maybe we got some dominoes falling here, but Scout.
Shadow chooses the wrong way to disengage. Doesn't manage to get away from Scout, and then play falls apart afterwards, sadly, and now he's caught out again in the enemy jungle.
Oh, they caught him out completely, and that is the problem with Viego. You are not strong right now, and in fact, Zika already used that leap strike, so he gets out alive, but the depth charge comes through. Scout is getting engaged on in the transition here. Botic actually playing with a little bit of confidence there, might end up going their way as Tarzan now out and left out. Shadow on the board now.
That is important because this breaks the string of bad results and bad fights a couple in a row from NIP. That's a good hook onto Shadow, but it's not going to kill him.
They've got Zika coming up behind. Oh, Shadow, he is just going to get taken out there. And big kill over to the Jax as the charge did come through. There was no real follow-up.
That's not into the Tristana, who you really wanted that gold on.
LNG thriving off a tempo. Tarzan flashes for the kill of the Shadow, and that's how you make a statement. God, we can't put that evil on the fairies. We can't tie Shadow there. It's not looking good. As, it's again been a really rough start for Shadow in this one, but looking at hesitancy, Nightmare.
A little bit, but I mean, Tarzan has the Herald. They can throw it out whenever, and they have the Sejuani ult now. They were waiting for it. Ping Angel with it too.
Oh my God, Hung timed that so beautifully. Dwo goes in with a big re-engage zone. That's actually pretty big for NIP. Fotic getting some resets for himself as the Keeper's Verdict does pretty big.
They're going to get that. The Jax starting this up though, plenty of damage to bring that down into a reasonable HP value to finish off.
Does end up going to mid lane, like you said.
So, Tarzan kind of fakes towards bot, draws NIP down there, goes back up towards mid lane, drops the Herald, and gets that one charging in for free. NIP not in position to respond, but yeah, the good bait and switch means that there is still an eco ult available.
Tarzan's in some trouble here. He is completely caught out, and that's a couple times this game already. We've seen that. Zika will be able to get the bot side tower, though, but that's a big plus for NIP.
I think LNG, they didn't quite respect the fact that Gala didn't have ult. I think he could ultimate. Angel, that is
They're going all in.
That's not the
clone! With the 3-man pop blossom, but the flashes come out immediately after. Gala doesn't have Featherstorm, but he's got that damage, and Hung is still alive. Here comes Zika. You got to be really careful for NIP. It's whoa. He should just go down to Gala. And Scout's looking, he's hunting, he wants to play, he gets one on the Shadow. That's how it all went down. Fotic was too overextended there. Baron down 3,000 health though. Invincible gets his Keeper's Verdict stop there. You still get the Baron as well to LNG. Yeah, pick off Shadow. You're getting everything at this point. It will also
ahead of the curve too. So LNG, they're looking for the siege. They're looking to just push in where they can.
It's just looking for fights, honestly. At this point, Steadfast Presence is there. You've got second item completions for a lot of LNG, and it just means NIP have no dog in this race. Botic getting dragged out and connected to it. That Glacial Prison, a smack from the stick, and a shock blast from Scout. And that's just another nail in the coffin of NIP here. And when you're a jungler like Tarzan, who is that statue of LNG, the person they're building around, and
you moves in the early game. It felt like they were, you know, the first ganking bot lane. That was good from Shadow, and they had an angle towards that Herald, but they've just not had that clinicalness which you need against.
Incredible come up from LNG.
It has. They've really found some lost form, which we were wondering about ever since their spring playoffs collapse to OMG. They got kind of bombed out in that playoffs despite their high expectations in summer. Couldn't convince me they are the same team They've really found themselves a new lease on life, especially with Gala coming in to be such a good late game carry. The other side, Angel's going.
This is the attempt. This is NIP looking for resets. They get one, and the Keeper's Verdict is actually pretty big. They're trying to pick them apart one by one, but Zika still here untouched. Tarzan makes it out alive, as this is just a chaotic fight. NIP, they've recircled the horses here, but Gala is trying to break through the mold. We'll see if he can do it, though, as Hog maybe caught out as well. Shadow is here with full health. Gala, he's the one that has to fight here. Featherstorm is out. Blade Caller will be available here shortly. Shadow gets locked down. He gets the reset, though. Tarzan's back. LNG, they need to get out of here as that dredge line goes through. Zika, he wants to go back in, but just pulls them off. Heartbreaker comes through. Shadow, he wants it.
Of course, Dragon spawning in 30 seconds. They can potentially...
Like, you walk into the mouth, what do you expect? They're just going to chop you down all day long. They were literally right there, and NIP make the failed decision to go back towards the Baron pit, and LNG take full advantage. Look at Zika. He's just looking for more. He's going to find Shadow here. Tarzan coming to help him out as well. There's a TP out trying to get Angel to safety, but LNG are running away with this one. Oh, he gets stutter blocked. That's going to be
a dead Photic. LNG, the worst decisions. NIP, they feel the need to face check towards the top side of the map because giving up that Baron would have been the end of the game regardless. Actually, they were willing to pay the price for it. So LNG, once again, grinding out one of these methodical games. To defend Invincible at one point here because NIP, they needed to check that Baron. Because if it goes down for free, you lose the game anyway. It just so happens that the Poppy is the least valuable member. It's been a difficult game one is what it's been. It's going to get worse from here.
Oh, they're just
Goodbye,
locking down. Hammerfall there as well. Scout gets the kill on Invincible. And this is just the final end. But I love that you were talking about a lot of the name making or maybe misfits house making that NIP has had. A lot of the reestablishment of this team. But LNG, this split, are a team that has reestablished themselves. They got some reinforcements. They put together some of the stars of the LPL. And they're looking to have a very, very strong finish to their LPL summer split. Again, if they win in this series, it is a 6-0 finish, a 3-0 last week. They need one more fight. Let's see if the resets are available. I don't think it's happening today. Shadow can't even chase down one kill. Is it just going to be a clean one? Tarzan finally goes down, but the last Nexus Tower does too. And LNG, they start knocking away, and game one will holistically go their way.
There were some interesting look-ins, and particularly the early game from NIP, where it felt like they had some angles around the first ganks of the game. Blitzcrank's locked in.
How much are they flexing on NIP right now?
The thing is, though, you're looking at this Blitzcrank, and if you're hooking into Leona, I don't know if that's really what you want to be doing. I mean, I'm very interested to see how Hung plays out this champion now, because you're still playing at largely range disadvantage. Because
they're spotted out in the transition though, and Scout is waiting over the wings here. We do get the double push and double knock up. That's huge. Big shot from Angel though, but the Pop Blossom is bigger. You get the first blood going over to LNG, and it goes to Tarzan, and now they're looking scrappy as ever. It's another one that goes at 2-0 plus the Rift Herald, and we see that they're able to execute in a lot of these situations. Dragon though should be executed by NIP. They'll get their first neutral objective. Hung has the flash. Looking for a big rocket grab right back, though. So another wave's going to be crashing here very shortly. Jwo just trying to get under tower here. Will Flash goes back in with the Zenith Blade, and the Pop Blossom over top. The Paranoia turning out all the lights, and when you turn them on, everyone's dead. NIP are trying to fight back, though. There's the Nature's Grass coming through. It's going to be able to be blocked. Actually, a couple connect there as the Needlework started to do some work, but that's all she wrote for that one. Tarzan looking on the other side. After that double knockup flash from Zika, all out. He's trying to get the damage set up for Gala and Scout, but he can't do it. Photic is actually popping those feathers into the backs of LNG. Gala steps up. He'll go down to Shadow as well in the end, but then Shadow overextended himself. The Q3 kills. Zika gets another one. This is chaos, though.
What is happening?
Invincible goes down too. Zika is chatting all over NIP, but they are able to respond back with the kill to Angel, and Zika gets cut out. Hung just has to watch here.
This is classic LPL. Jwo dies as the first person into the fight, respawns, runs back into the play, and manages
just say I was sitting there losing from the beginning. Why? We were in between turrets with no objectives. They just wanted to fight him. And that is the mentality that LNG have brought to this second game. And they are not stopping. Gala gets his third kill. Nature's Grass, the kitty's just going to try to soften the blow. Team that, much like LNG, with a little bit less execution maybe. As speaking of execution, Photic almost died. Get mid lane hug. Can't get it. He wants the ulti. He wants to get it. Nicely done. The shockwave, but it's traded right back. Photic gets one. But as I was speaking about it, NIP are the ones that are tipped outside tower. This will be second tower for LNG if they can take it. Maybe NIP want to actually capitalize. Nope. And that will be more gold to scout. Hasn't been able to be there, and LNG are choking them out.
That's going to be an issue for them because the way that they have lost games is feeling quite problematic now because they're getting
bringing out the cope.
There is some logic to that where you say if you hit enough items, Jace, Gwen, and Xayah stood behind a Maokai and a Maokai ultimate can do enough damage. But the question is, what kind of times?
Oh my goodness, okay. There's TP, Nature's Grasp, a lot to Oh no! Invincible gets all of his health bar chunked out. Beautiful rocket grab, and that just signals the end. There we go. It's everyone coming in for the blood. And it's Shadow in some trouble too. He gets caught out, and it is LNG who just wiped the floor with NIP. Angel doesn't have much by 11,000.
Gala hadn't even bought boots before this point. Didn't feel the need to. Felt like, oh my god.
Oh no, it's happening again. Invincible goes down. It's just not stopping anytime soon. It will not stop until NIP are beat into dust. And LNG finish their season strong here. They are just terrorizing NIP.
Felt like LNG in spring, maybe they got a little too comfortable going into playoffs and then they lost some of their comfort picks. They couldn't make it work in playoffs, but LNG, when you see the champions, which
split, right? This is his third time playing in the summer split, but it's every time he brings it out, it's so lethal as another catch out, another tower goes down. And this man, Gala, he was sitting around 30% of the damage done for his...
We were a little bit... Oh, no,
dude,
Photic, you can't walk
just
up
gonna
like
die
that.
To the snipes of Gala. Speaking of dying, though, Photic goes down to scout. And this is just bloodshed. I can't look anymore. It's a little bit aggressive from Tarzan, but that just means the rest of the team is coming in because they're hungry as ever. And there he goes, Gala. He wants to put a mark on this final series of their split. And LNG have dismantled NIP piece by little piece.
This is not safe for family viewing. It has been utter destruction from LNG in this second game. They had fun with it, they styled on them, and what style they have, making it look like a runway performance with this model performance. They're going to walk away at the end of this split with a 12-4 record.
They went 3-0 in the final week. They went 6-0 in the final 3. And what a capper to a growth of a split for LNG, where they've come the distance, they've assembled the guns, they've gotten the stars, and that'll be a nice little 2-0 capper to their summer split.
It's like they've made the Megazord at this point. LNG feeling so on form, ready to walk into their final showdown with the big boys in playoffs. We'll have to wait to see them, though. They'll be starting a little...